Looking for a way to support the channel? Check out the official MTG Goldfish playmats like Fatal Scoops at mtggoldfishmerch.com/YouTube. Use the coupon code YouTube for 5% off. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Budget Magic. So this week, we are having some fun playing one of the jokiest, memeiest decks in all of Budget Magic, and that is Zombie Hunt. But you're probably wondering, why are you playing Zombie Hunt? And the answer is, Wizards put the London Mulligan rule into effect on Magic Online, and Zombie Hunt is perfect. Absolutely perfect for the rule because of how the deck works. So we're going to take the deck out for a spin, see how much better Zombie Hunt gets with London Mulligans, and it's going to be a fun one. This is one of the most unique, strangest budget decks in all of Magic, so I'm super excited for this one. It's going to be super fun. Before we jump into it, talk about the deck, its weirdness, and why it is the perfect test case for the London Mulligan rule. A quick reminder, if you haven't already and you enjoy Zombie Hunt, it would be so cool of you if you could take a second, click that subscribe button down at the bottom of your screen. It's a great way to support the channel and the site for free. So let's talk some Zombie Hunt. And we're going to start off with our two non-land cards. Yes, that's right. Zombie Hunt is 52 lands and 8 non-lands. And the namesake card, the most important card in this deck, is Treasure Hunt. So the idea of this deck is we play Treasure Hunt. We also play Zombie Infestation. And then the whole rest of our deck is lands, and Treasure Hunt, when you cast it, you reveal cards from the top of your deck until you hit a non-land, and you get all those cards in your hand. So if you consider that we only have 8 non-lands, and if we have Treasure Hunt in our hand, that's only 7 left in our deck, we're going to be drawing tons of cards when we cast Treasure Hunt. So that's step one, and this is also the reason why the deck is so perfect for the London Mulligan rule, because this deck, it needs 2 things, and the first of those is Treasure Hunt. We have to have Treasure Hunt in our opening hand. We literally will mulligan all the way down to 2 or 1 cards to find Treasure Hunt. That's how the deck works. If we don't have Treasure Hunt, the odds of us drawing it are really slim because the whole rest of our deck is lands and we only have 1 copy and there's no other cards that matter. So we mulligan until we find Treasure Hunt. Under the old mulligan rule, we would mulligan to 6, then 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1, then 0, and then we'd scoop. Under this mulligan rule, even if once we get all the way down to like 3, we're drawing 7 cards. And this deck, if it has Treasure Hunt, it's fine. We will have a 1-card hand with Treasure Hunt, and we are pretty happy. But the second piece that we're also looking for is Reliquary Tower. So Reliquary Tower, make sure that once we draw 20 cards, 40 cards, whatever number of cards with our Treasure Hunt, we don't have to discard them to hand size. So as we are mulliganing, we're looking for number 1, Treasure Hunt. We have to have Treasure Hunt or we can't keep the hand. Number 2, we're looking for Reliquary Tower. Our best hands are Treasure Hunt and Reliquary Tower because if we have both of these, we can just play a land on turn 1, turn 2, Reliquary Tower, Treasure Hunt, we're good to go. If we don't have Reliquary Tower, we gotta wait until turn 3. We play land, turn 3, we don't play a land, we Treasure Hunt, hopefully Treasure Hunt into the Reliquary Tower, play it so we don't have to discard a hand size, because what we're building up to is Zombie Infestation. So all those lands that we are drawing are going to be discarded to Zombie Infestation, 2 at a time to make 2/2 zombies, and since Treasure Hunt goes until it hits a non-land, every time we cast a Treasure Hunt, we know one of 2 things is going to happen. Either we hit another Treasure Hunt, which is fine, because then we cast that, and we repeat the process, and we get more lands in our hand that we don't discard because of Reliquary Tower, or we hit Zombie Infestation. Once we hit Zombie Infestation, we just play it. We discard 20 lands from our hand or so to make 10 2/2 zombies and just smash our opponent's face, win the game by beating down with the 2/2 zombie tokens, and that is literally the deck. That is the plan of the deck. So the reason this is so perfect for London Mulligan rules is we're mulliganing for like 1.5 specific cards. We're mulliganing for Treasure Hunt. We also sometimes ship back Treasure Hunt hands in search of the Reliquary Tower plus Treasure Hunt hand. If we have that hand, our odds of making like 20 power of zombies on turn 3 and then winning casting on turn 4 is actually pretty high, and that's kind of the power of the deck. So that's the deck, that's the plan. The other cool part of this deck is since we have all lands, we get to play a bunch of utility lands. One Beseiju, because it's like 20 bucks, expensive for the budget, but it helps make sure we can resolve Treasure Hunt through counters. Ghost Quarter, in case we run into Tron. Bojuka Bog for Dredge and other graveyard-based decks. As far as just fixing our mana, we have Choked Estuary, Jwar Island Refuge, also a little bit of life gain, a bunch of basic lands, and then we have our backup plan. And while the backup plan doesn't come up very frequently, if everything goes wrong, somehow our opponent like thought seizes our Treasure Hunt, and then they extirpate or surgically extract our Treasure Hunt, our last line of hope is to play a bunch of creature lands and just beat our opponent down. Creeping Tarpet, 3 power, attacking unblockably. Fairy Conclave, 2 power in the air. Hostile Desert is actually pretty cute in this deck because it's a very powerful creature land. It's only 2 to activate, and it's a 3/4, which is a big body. The problem is you gotta also exile a land from your graveyard, but we don't really care because we're discarding tons of lands to Zombie Infestation anyway, so these cards just let us beat our opponent down if everything goes wrong. Tuba Urabi, kinda hilarious. 4 mana, sack all of our lands, and we get a 5/5. If we already are all in on zombie tokens, this is a way we can get one more evasive threat to close out the game. And then Westville Abbey, it can make a bunch of 1/1s, but mostly it's to sack our zombies, turn into a huge lifelinky flyer to close out the game that way. And that is the deck. Our combo pieces, our lands, hope that it works out. Sideboard-wise, still lands. Because remember, we talked about how the deck works. Treasure Hunt either hits Treasure Hunt or Zombie Infestation. If we have any other non-land cards in the deck, then we're going to fizzle our Treasure Hunts. It would be great to be able to play Leyline of Sanctity, let's say, to protect from Thoughtseize, but if we put it in our deck, sometimes we're going to Treasure Hunt into it. Our combo fizzles. We have a million lands with nothing to do. So we have Blighted Fen, If Nor Dead lands. Desert is weird removal lands. Mystifying Maze, another kind of weird removal land, sort of like a Maze of Ith in Modern that's really expensive. Field of Ruin for Tron. Scavenger Grounds, more Graveyard Hate. Nephalia Drownyard, it can do weird things like mess with scrying effects. Backup plan. Maybe we can mill our opponent out somehow. Drownyard Temple comes back from the graveyard after we discard it. Also, one thing I should point out is this was kind of a mistake on my part. One land I wish was in the sideboard, as a 4 of, was Radiant Fountain, just to gain life against decks like Bird and Aggro. So if you're playing this deck, one of the weird things about the sideboard is you don't really get much value out of it, honestly. You could play the deck with no sideboard, but Radiant Fountain actually seems like a really easy inclusion in the sideboard. So oversight on my part, if you play the deck, throw some Radiant Fountains in your sideboard, they're super cheap. And that is Zombie Hunt, London Zombie Hunt, and that's our budget Magic deck for this week. So that's it. We're going to take this out for a spin, see how much the London mulligan of mulliganing to 7 every time, then putting X number of cards, where X is the number of times we mulliganed, onto the bottom of our library. How big of a deal is that for Zombie Hunt? How much does it improve the deck? How competitive is the deck under those rules? So that's what we're going to find out. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy it. And yeah, I'll be back in a bit with the wrap up. All right, budget magic time. We are zombie hunting with London mulligans in Modern, and no Treasure Hunt. And well, you can't keep a hand with no Treasure Hunt. So let's mulligan. Ooh, well, this hand is great. 2 Treasure Hunts and a Reliquary Tower. This is basically the nut draw. So let's see. So you want Jwar Island Refuge into Reliquary Tower. Hold on to Bojuka Bog. All right, so put a Refuge to the bottom. And this even gives us cover from like a Thoughtseize, which is nice. Wooded Foothills. Opponent cracks it. Sacred Foundry. Tapped. All right, that's fine. Well, Jwar Island Refuge. Gain a life past the turn. See what our opponent's doing. Stomping Ground. So some sort of Naya deck. Untapped. And Rift Bolt. Oh, it's Burn? We might be fast enough to raise Burn here. Okay. Opponent passes. They shouldn't be able to interact with us very easily. I mean, I guess they can Lightning Bolt zombies, but that's not a winning plan. And we're still at 21. Opponent passes. So play Reliquary Tower and Treasure Hunt. Hit a lot of cards, please. Ugh, 1! All right, well, that is not ideal. Ugh. Zombie Infestation, literal top card of the library. That's less good. Rift Bolt coming down. Yup, down to 18. Okay. Opponent. Lightning Helix down to 15. We draw Estuary. Well, we will just... I think what we do is play Zombie Infestation. Play... 1, 2, 3, 4. Play Bajuka Bog. Exile the graveyard for no real reason. Pass the turn. So now we get to make 2 zombies. And then we get to treasure hunt. And we're hoping that we hit another treasure hunt and not a zombie infestation, or that we just draw a ton of cards. Either is acceptable. Goblin Guide is fine. That's going to draw us a card, and we get to kill it with a zombie. Opponent attacks. Choked Estuary. Well, we will discard 2 cards. Block Goblin Guide. We just need this to be a good treasure hunt, or to hit another treasure hunt. Discard, discard, make a zombie. Untap, Ghost Quarter. Well, alright. Please be good. Treasure hunt. Alright. Not a great treasure hunt, but we did hit another treasure hunt. So play an island, treasure hunt. Oh, no! Ugh. Those were really, really poor treasure hunts. That is... Alright, well, we got pretty unlucky on this one. That's not good. Not good at all. So we might still be losing here. 1, 2, 1, 2. Opponent's passing. Well, we got to make a bunch of zombies and keep attacking. So discard. Infestation. Island. Discard. Ghost Quarter. Swamp. Opponent kills a zombie. We drop to 12. Yep. We untap. Go to combat. Hit our opponent. Play... Yeah, play Hostile Desert. Pass the turn. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, double yikes. Well, that's rough. Our deck did what we wanted our deck to do, but we ran really bad with those treasure hunts. Somehow, we cast 3 treasure hunts and barely hit anything. Lightning Helix is our face. We drop to 9. How much is this point of life worth? 1, 2, so we hit 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think we got to hold on to Jwar Island Refuge. Treasure hunt? We got one left. Island. Well, alright. Hostile Desert. Go to combat. Attack. Hit our opponent. Down to 9. Play Jwar Island Refuge. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Sacred Foundry. Maybe our opponent's going to run bad enough that we still have a chance. Untap down to 7. Can they just kill us here? Boros Charm to 6. Opponent. Passing. Well, discard. Make a zombie. Untap. Hostile Desert. Eat a land. Go to combat. Swing. Helix on a zombie. So opponent stays alive. Hit our opponent to 3 and see if we're dead. Untaps. Draws. Land. Skullcrack to 3. And lethal something. And lethal something. Well, I feel like that was rough. That was very, very rough. The odds of that actually happening are very, very low. Extremely low, you might say. Which is pretty brutal. Those were just... The math on those treasure hunts was really, really bad. Really, really, really bad. Alright, I mean, I think this is actually a pretty good matchup for us. It's possible we should have some Radiant Fountains in the sideboard. That probably is worth it, considering how janky this sideboard is. Alright, we get to play first. No treasure hunt, mulligan. 3 treasure hunts. Alright, well, I mean, we're gonna keep this. It is slightly slower than we'd like, but... Alright, card to the bottom. We could just draw a Reliquary Tower. That would be great. That's our best draw next turn, so we can treasure hunt on turn 2 instead of waiting. Opponent. Thinking it over. Well, our treasure hunts gotta be good this game. They gotta be. Because we have 3 in hand, so there's only 5 non-land cards in our deck. Which means we should be drawing 10 plus cards every treasure hunt. Well, Jwar Island Refuge, go. Opponent untaps. Our other good draw would just be to draw Zombie Infestation, which would be fine. It's not insane, but it's fine. Sacred Foundry, tapped. Opponent passing. Reliquary Tower, please. Ghost Quarter. Alright, so Island, go. So now next turn we have to treasure hunt in hopes that we hit our Reliquary Tower. Inspiring Vantage. Monastery Swiftspear. Opponent. Getting in. Down to 20. Passes. Well, alright. Treasure Hunt 1. God dang it. We have had literally the worst possible luck this match. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. We're just getting, we're getting kind of screwed on all ends this match. Wow. Alright, well, that is literally the worst thing that could happen. We drew a ton of cards, but we did not draw a reliquary tower somehow. All four in the bottom little chunk of our deck. So that's, I guess, what you would call less than ideal. That is not good. Wow. Alright, so we have to discard a million cards that we wanted to be... that we actually wanted to be using to discard 2 zombie infestation. So we actually discarded like 10 or more power there because we didn't hit reliquary tower. Yeah, that's insane. Alright, opponent, stomping grounds. And now we take a ton of damage, most likely. Huh. Well, apparently even with London Mulligans, you still can't control your deck. And our deck has been very unkind. Rest in Peace actually does not do much of anything. I mean, I guess it stops Hostile Desert, but that's not... We are more than fine with our opponent bringing in Rest in Peace. That's great for us. Opponent, getting in. Yep. Down to 19. And passes. We draw Fairy Conclave. Well, step 1, Treasure Hunt. There's a Reliquary Tower, finally. Play Reliquary Tower. Play Zombie Infestation. Pass the turn. We still might be okay. Even with that rough running, I feel like we're still okay, potentially. Opponent. Cinder Vines. Sure. I mean, we still make a oodle of zombies. Opponent. Combat. Attacks. Yeah. I mean, we'll just take 2, I think, and try to actually just win the game. Down to 17. Well, let's make zombies. Discard, discard. Discard, discard. Discard, discard. Discard, discard. We don't really need zombie infestation. Discard, discard. So make a bunch of zombies. Not as much as we wanted, but it's still fine. Untap. Treasure Hunt. Take 1. Draw a bunch of cards. Go to combat. Attack. Hit our opponent for 10 down to 7. Okay, paths a zombie. That's fine. Yeah, I guess we take a land. Grab an island. Hit our opponent for 6 then. Play Fairy Conclave. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Combat. Passes. Well, alright. Back to making zombies. Discard, discard. Discard, discard. Discard, discard. Discard, discard. Discard, discard. Untap. Draw Tar Pit. Well, fire up Fairy Conclave. Go to combat. Attack. And opponent. Okay, we got there. Huh, that was a little sketchy when we whiffed so hard on hitting Reliquary Tower. We've run very awkwardly this match, but we're still 1-1. I am regretting not having a playset of Radiant Fountains in the sideboard. That is something we definitely should have for this matchup. For sure, for sure, for sure. That's an oversight. Jwar Island Refuge is something, but Radiant Fountain would be actually super helpful in this matchup. Thankfully, our opponent is sideboarding in a lot of cards that aren't good. One of the weird things about this deck is that we don't have, Cinder Vines is actually pretty bad against it. When Zombie Infestation hits the battlefield, unless you have like a sweeper, it's already too late because you just discard a bunch of cards in response to it dying. So fighting the Zombie Infestation on the battlefield isn't actually a very good plan. You gotta deal with it on the stack. If you can counter it or thought seize it, then that's a very effective plan. But waiting till it hits the battlefield, ooh, okay, well, yes, this is the hand we want. Reliquary Towers and Treasure Hunt. Well, let's see if we're fast enough. Opponent is on the play. Arid Mesa, cracks Arid Mesa, Sacred Foundry, untapped, and Swift Spear. So we take 1, down to 19. Opponent passes. Well, Jwar Island Refuge, up to 20, pass the turn. Hopefully this is a good treasure hunt. We've had some rough ones. Opponent untaps. Mountain. I guess the other question is, how much damage can they deal here? Like, bolt attack is... That's a lot of damage. It might be enough that they can just kill us before our plan is executed. If they can kill us on turn 3, not much we can do. Opponent, Lava Spike, gets in. Okay, that could have went worse. Down to 15, opponent passes. Well, Reliquary Tower, fingers crossed. 51 cards in our library, we draw. 30! And we end with a zombie infestation. All right. Well, that is what we wanted. Pass the turn. 2 turds. We need 2 turds for lethal. That was a great treasure hunt. All right, let's see if we're dead. Opponent, Mountain. 4 cards in hand. Eidolon. That's actually not that painful. Opponent, Combat. I think we might be good. Gets in. Sure. We drop to 14. Untap. Play Zombie Infestation. Drop to 12. Jwar Island Refuge. Up to 13. And now our opponent has to literally kill us this turn, because we get to make a ton of zombies. Sacred Foundry. Untap down to 15. Combat. Opponent. No attacks. Well, here comes the zombies. Discard. 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 Zombie 3. Zombie 4. I guess they could have a bunch of Searing Blazes would be annoying. Zombie 5. Zombie 6. Zombie 7. Zombie 8. And opponent, they're done. They're done! And that is Zombie Hunt. And we had some weird running in games 1 and 2, but game 3, that's the power of the deck. That is just a turn 4 kill. And I mean, some decks can interact with it, some decks can't. And if you can't, you're in trouble. You either got to kill us on turn 3, or our deck can do some really good things. Sweet. All right, budget magic time. We are zombie hunting with London Mulligans, and this is a good turn 3 hand. Yeah, all right, we'll keep it. We don't have Reliquary Tower. Oh boy. All right. Polluted Delta, opponent passes. Well, Creeping Tar Pit, go. So what we really want to do here is Zombie Infestation on turn 2, and then Treasure Hunt on 3. That's assuming we don't get wrecked by discard and counters. Well, Choked Estuary, play Zombie Infestation. Come on, no counter, no counter. Ooh, resolves. Okay, that's good news. Opponent untaps, Field of Ruin, and passes. Well, discard 2 lands, discard 2 lands, untap, go to combat, hit our opponent, Bajuka Bog, nuke our opponent's graveyard, Treasure Hunt. Oh, please resolve. Come on, come on, no counter. Okay, opponent's gonna Field of Ruin, so we will grab an island. Treasure Hunt, big hit, big hit. Not bad, not bad, not bad. So discard 2 lands, Reliquary Tower and Estuary. Discard 2 lands, Ghost Quarter, Fairy Conclave. Discard 2 lands, Reliquary Tower. Actually, I think we can discard Zombie Infestation. Zombie Infestation. All right, and let's see what our opponent can do. We have creature lands in hand to force through more damage. Opponent's going to need a sweeper. It's a little unfortunate we had to make stuff main phase, because it does open us up to a potential sweeper. Opponent passes. Well, all right, keep discarding. Discard and discard. Discard. Actually, let's keep Tar Pit. Conclave, Hostile Desert. 5, 14. All right, let's stay with that. We draw a Ghost Quarter. Go to combat. Attack. Opponent, do you have an answer? Fatal Push to go to 1. Oh, Snapcaster Fatal Push. All right, opponent is staying alive-ish. Barely. That's fine. Kill some zombies. And blocks, takes 8. Well, we play another Tar Pit. Pass the turn. All right, opponent. Do you have a way out? Damnation doesn't do it, and Zombie Hunt got there. Opponent did not have a counter, and we were just able to grind through. And that worked pretty well. That worked pretty well. All right, so against this deck, do we want to change anything? Maybe go down Ghost Quarter for the 2 Scavenger Grounds. And yeah, run it like that. I mean, that worked. This is still a very scary matchup because, especially being on the draw, we're very open to getting hit by discard on our treasure hunt, and that is one of the worst things that can happen with this deck for sure. I think we gotta ship this. We have a treasure hunt. It's just so easy to get blown out by discard. All right, now we have Reliquary Towers, no treasure hunt, so we can't keep this. This deck does mulligan pretty well. That is the big reason we're playing it, honestly. Mulligan. No treasure hunt. Mulligan. All right, we will keep. So put back, let's see. 2 treasure hunts is good. So put back Jwar Island Refuge, Estuary, Ghost Quarter. All right. This gives us some amount of cover from a turn 1 Thoughtseize, since we have 2 treasure hunts. Opponent, land, go. Well, Creeping Tar Pit, go. We do probably need to wait until turn 3, unless we draw Reliquary Tower. Field of Ruin. Opponent passes. Well, Tar Pit, go. Opponent, Watery Grave, untapped. Passes. Do we go for it or do we wait? Let's wait one more turn. Let's just island go. See if we can get our opponent to tap out. And this gives us enough mana that if we treasure hunt into Zombie Infestation, we can play it right away. Untap land for our opponent. Are they just going to Field of Ruin us? Kolaghan's Command. Well, we will discard Bojuka Bog. Yep. Opponent untaps. Does not hit a land. Passes. All right, well, we will treasure hunt. Ooh, that was a good one. Okay. Oh, not as good as we were hoping. That's actually very awkward. We didn't hit... Huh. Yeah, this is actually very bad. We didn't hit a Zombie Infestation, and our opponent has this Field of Ruin. So they can kill our Reliquary Tower. Well, Reliquary Tower, go. Please no, Field of Ruin. Please no. Please... Oh, they realized it. Yep. All right, well, this was a blowout. We're going to have to discard a lot of cards to hand size. All right, so discard... Swamp, 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 Island, Island, Estuary, Refuge, Refuge, Ghost Quarter, Conclave, Conclave, and 1 Hostile Desert. Yeah, that was not ideal. We needed to hit a Zombie Infestation there. Swamp for our opponent. That's a lot of lands in the graveyard now. Opponent plays a land, passes. All right, well, let's treasure hunt. Opponent. Logic Knots. All right. Well, treasure hunt. Reliquary Tower. We're not making this look easy. Not at all. We're going to be on the Creature Land Beatdown plan here shortly. We're almost out of treasure hunts. This actually is our last treasure hunt. Opponent passes. All right, there goes our treasure hunts. Well, all right, we are fully on the Creature Land Beatdown plan. Will it work? That is another question. It's possible. We do have a lot of creature lands, so maybe? Opponent probably has a lot of removal, though, which is a little rough. Well, play Hostile Desert. Fire up Tar Pit. Go attacking. Wow, Moment of Craving! We're playing Modern. What is going on? All right, opponent untaps. Polluted Delta. Passes. Well, play Bojuka Bog. Get rid of our opponent's graveyard. Hostile Desert. Exile a land. Go to combat. Attack. Wow, they left in all their targeted removal. All right, pass the turn. Well, this is not easy. Opponent. Passing. Well, Bojuka Bog. Get rid of Fatal Push. Tar Pit. Combat. Attack. Oh, finally got in some damage. Down to 14. Pass the turn. This is not how our deck is wanting to win the game. Not in the least. Well, Tar Pit. Go to combat. Attack. Opponent takes it. Tar Pit. The good news is our opponent is probably drawing a lot of not great discard encounters. Opponent. Oh man, is the Creature Land Beatdown plan going to get there? Play Hostile Desert. Tar Pit. Tar Pit. Go to combat. Attack. Opponent. Down to 5? Okay. One more turn of the beatdowns? Oh man. I cannot believe that this might be working. Steam vents for our opponent, thinning their deck. Are we gonna get there? This is the backup plan. Everything goes wrong, and opponent scoops it up? Wow! Well, that's... that is a plan. Yeah. I mean, that's not the idea of Zombie Hunt, to just play a bunch of creature lands and attack, but, we'll take it. It's actually pretty sweet that that worked out. Opponent just drew all their disruption and never really drew a threat, and they killed a bunch of our stuff, but we drew more creature lands than they drew removal, and eventually the tar pit beats were able to get it done. All right. Maybe with the Bajuka Bog's help. I have a feeling that maybe exiling the graveyard was important because of Snapcaster, but, well, all right. Not the most likely Zombie Hunt win, but we'll take it. Sweet. All right. Budget magic time. The London Mulligan rule is here, which means one thing, of course. We are zombie hunting in Modern, and, yeah, we got a mulligan. We don't have any treasure hunt. We don't have Knight of the Reliquary. Reliquary Tower. Mulligan. How greedy are we? We have our treasure hunt. We do not have a Reliquary Tower. We are on the play, which is good. Bajuka Bog is relevant in some matchups. All right, we'll try it. So we'll just keep this. We will put a island to the bottom. So this is essentially a turn 3 hand, unless we draw our no maximum hand size stuff. Bajuka Bog can be good in some matchups. See what our opponent's doing. Something like Thoughtseize just absolutely wrecks us. Windswept Teeth. Okay, that's not a Thoughtseize. Cracks it. Sure. Forest and the Noblest of Hierarchs. Opponent passes. Bajuka Bog. Yeah, alright. Play Bajuka Bog. Nuke the graveyard. So next turn we spin the wheel on this treasure hunt and just hope that we hit a Reliquary Tower. And then we should be okay. I mean, there is some variance. It really depends on what we hit. If we go like draw 2 lands, hit Zombie Infestation, then life is bad. Ugh, breeding pool. This is less than ideal. That means Spell Queller could be a thing. Another Noble Hierarch. Our deck wins out of nowhere, but it also loses to disruption. Like crazy. Opponent, combat. No attacks. Leaving up mana. Oh, good God. Do we just gotta go for it? 2 mana. Yeah. Alright. I mean, spin the wheel. Please no counters? Alright. That was a okay treasure hunt. Actually, that was a pretty bad treasure hunt. We didn't draw them. We drew like 5 cards, 6 cards. I mean, that's fine. 5 or 6 cards is good, but that might not be enough to win. We did draw some spicy lands. We have our Zombie Infestation. Opponent. Oh, it's Infect. Ooh, good golly. Okay. Well, we can't block that. Yeah, now we're probably dead. That's very bad. Opponent passes. Wow, another Zombie Infestation. Well, play Zombie Infestation. Play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can make 4. The question is, how many lands do we play, if any? If we discard everything except 1 land. Alright, play Tar Pit. Pass the turn. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be enough. I expect we just die to Pump Spells. Because we can't block Bladed Agent. So we get to make some power. Not as much as we would like. Not a game-ending amount of power. Opponent. Might have Crosa. And more Pump Spells. Are we dead? Are we dead? Vines, yeah, alright. Well, that's Infect for you. Infect is a deck that I do think benefits from the new Mulligan rule. So against Infect, Mystifying Maze can come in. I guess Deadlands comes in. Field of Ruin, Desert, Blighted Fen maybe, if we can make enough room. We got to keep the Beseju, keep the Ghost Quarters. The problem is if we're, all right, go down Westville Abbey. If we're bringing in colorless lands, we do kind of need to go down. Let's not go Field of Ruin. Blighted Fen feels slow in this matchup. All right, not Blighted Fen. Not Blighted Fen. Desert is spicy. We can go down 2 Bajuka Bogs for the Deadlands. And then maybe like Hostile Desert, Swamp. Try it like that. Yeah, Infect is rough. They can kill very quickly. All right, we are on the play. Let's see what our hand looks like. Well, okay. This is the hand we want. Blue mana, Treasure Hunt, Reliquary Tower. So let's just island go. We have Ink Moss covered with our Ghost Quarters. Breeding Pool. Untapped. And Noble Hierarch. All right, let's have a good treasure hunt. Even a great treasure hunt. Let's draw a ton of cards. Island. So we start with 52. Treasure hunt. Ugh. All right, well, the good news is we did hit another treasure hunt. If we're going to have a bad treasure hunt where we don't draw many cards, we do want to hit another treasure hunt. Well, we'll see. Pass the turn. This deck is funny because there's actually a lot of value in mulliganing because we can mulligan and put cards we don't want on the bottom, which is actually a really big deal for this deck. Another Noble Hierarch for our opponent. And gets in. Yeah, sure. Down to 18. Well, all right. Spin the wheel again. 47 cards to start. We draw a lot, please. That wasn't bad. And we ended with another treasure hunt. Desert doesn't actually work against the Noble Hierarchs. So let's just play Jar Isle Refuge, gain a life. So we have 19 cards in hand. Next turn we have enough mana that we can treasure hunt and play our zombie infestation if we hit it. That's good. Still a little worried about dying to unblockable infect creatures. Basically Blighted Agent. We can cover basically anything else unless our opponent has a random counter spell, but that's the card that gets us. Opponent, 2 mana. Ichor Clawmere. Alright. Well, that we can chump block for a long time. Days and days and days of chump blocking. Opponent, combat. Passes. Oh, if they have a counter, I'm gonna cry. Spell Pierce is a thing. Well, let's treasure hunt. 35 cards in our deck. Down to 25, ending with Zombie Infestation. Well, play Deadlands, play Zombie Infestation. Please no Spell Pierce. Whoo! All right, now we're good. Now we are as good can be. I guess, so the way we could die is if our opponent has, like, a way to make their dork unblockable. They have to 10 us this turn, because we're going to make a ton of power of zombies. So many zombies. Opponent, Might of Old Krosa. Okay. We can block it, though. Opponent, Vines of the Vastwood. Oh, okay, that's fine. That is fine. Now we just chump block with a zombie and win. And that is the zombie hunt way. Well, we didn't take advantage of the London Mulligans too much in this game, but still, I mean, it's working. We are zombie hunting. Opponent, combat, attacks. Well, here comes the zombies. Many zombies. So, discard, zombie 1. Discard, zombie 2, zombie 3, zombie 4, zombie 5, zombie 6, zombie 7, zombie 8, zombie 9, zombie 10, zombie 11, zombie 12, zombie 13. Yeah, and then we will just block your Ichor Clawmere. Yup. Take 0. And that is the zombie horde coming for our opponent. And that is exactly what this deck wants to do. And we even get to, for fun, make a demon. Sorry, opponent. I can't resist. It's so janky. We gotta make the 5/5. Just to see what it looks like. Alright, go to combat. Attack. Ooh, Urami. That's a pretty sweet looking demon. I don't know if I've ever seen a Urami before. Got him. Take that infect. And that is how you zombie hunt. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And opponent, they know it's over. They scoop it up and run it back. We don't have any changes to make. All right, and okay, well, this is another one where we can't mulligan. This is exactly the combination of cards that we want. We would love to put some bad cards on the bottom, but we can't be that greedy to try to mulligan to put cards we don't want on the bottom. That can't be a thing. Because ideally we draw like a zombie infestation and put it on the bottom so we won't hit it with the treasure hunt. Like that is even better, but that's ultra greed. If you're mulliganing exactly the 2-card combo to try to put cards on the bottom. Opponent untaps. Inky. Glistener Elf. Alright. Well, we'll see. If they can kill us next turn, that's sad times. Opponent. Passing. Well, I mean, Reliquary Tower. Fingers crossed for a good treasure hunt. 51 cards down to 42. Ew. Alright, good news, bad news. Good news is we hit a zombie infestation. Bad news is we did not hit a Ghost Quarter. Ghost Quarter would have been very helpful there. Opponent. Inkmoth Part 2. Fires up Inkmoth. Oh, do they have us? Oh, I really wanted a Ghost Quarter as a second line of defense. Groundswell. So we're taking 6. Oh, they just have 8. They just have the full-on combo kill. Opponent. Attacks. Yup. Sure. Up to 8. Ghost Quarter? Not a Ghost Quarter. Oddly, I think we lose because we didn't hit a Ghost Quarter. I mean, they could have a way around it, but Ghost Quarter, there's a decent chance that might be able to save us here. Well, play Zombie Infestation. 15 cards in hand. Oh boy, I wish we had a Ghost Quarter. Play Tar Pit, pass the turn. Yeah, not quite good enough. Close! And I mean, our deck did its thing, but we did not hit the Ghost Quarter. Opponent. Yup, Inkmoth. Wow, the Ghost Quarter would have done it too. Our opponent doesn't have the mana for the other Inkmoth. So that actually would have won us the game if we hit the Ghost Quarter. We could have played the Ghost Quarter instead of Tar Pit and just blocked the Glistener Elf, Ghost Quartered Inkmoth, untapped. Well, I guess it doesn't win us the game. We can make 7 zombies. Opponent thinking, pump spelling. Yeah, that does it. No Ghost Quarters for us. Well, we didn't get to do too much London mulliganing there, but still a good performance in a losing effort. But we were close. It's a little unfortunate we didn't hit the Ghost Quarter. This deck. Zombie hunt. Alright, we'll try again. Budget magic time. We are zombie hunting with London mulligans in Modern, and one of the upsides of London mulligans is we can afford to be a bit greedy. We have Treasure Hunt. We don't have Reliquary Tower. We would prefer both, so let's mulligan. Alright, now we have neither, so let's mulligan. Okay. Well, now we'll keep 2 Treasure Hunts is good. 2 Treasure Hunts gives us protection against 1 discard spell or counter. So we got to put 2 cards back. We don't have a Treasure Hunt, which I think we put back Fairy Conclave and 1 Jwar Island Refuge. There's upside in holding on to Bajuka Bog just in case it's like Dredge or something. Windswept Teeth. Opponent cracks it. Forest. And, oh boy, Utopia Sprawl. Land destruction is a bit obnoxious. Well, Jwar Island Refuge, go. Opponent. Nykthos. Oh, it's Devotion. Okay. Oh, God. Blood Moon. Well, that does make things harder. Island, go. Now I think we got to wait until turn 5 or 4 to do our thing. Opponent. Another, oh boy, another Utopia Sprawl. That's sketchy. Opponent passes. Well, play a Swamp. Pass the turn. Yeah, we gotta wait till next turn, and then we can Treasure Hunt and Zombie Infestation right away, since there's a Blood Moon out. Oh, God. Alright. That's obnoxious. Well, Island, go. Yeah, I still think we have to wait. Opponent. Arbor Elf. Arbor Elf. Trinisphere. That Plowlander really got us. Well, play a Swamp. Yeah, this is a rough matchup. Treasure Hunt. Pass the turn. That actually worked out kind of well. Opponent has literally infinite mana. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. Eternal Witness for Plow Under. Boy, Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This draw is insane. Untaps, taps, plows under. Yeah, opponent just has literally every card that is good in this matchup. Opponent gets it. Hits us. So now we gotta wait another turn. Yeah, this is brutal. Because of Trinisphere. Pass the turn. The only tiny bit of good news is our opponent's clock isn't fast. You gotta be kidding me! Ah! Alright, well, now we're dead. Okay, well, yeah. Opponent just had the full Monty of literally everything. Opponent, Forest. Oh, they didn't draw something for a turn. Wow! I mean, we're probably never going to beat this start from any deck. Opponent passes. I'll play a Swamp. Pass the turn. Next turn, we might actually make a creature if our opponent doesn't draw something. If they draw a Plow Under, I am going to... Well, they drew something. All right. Well, I don't even feel like this is a bad matchup necessarily. I feel like our opponent's draw was insane. Well, hats off to our opponent for, good God, the most insane Plow Under start I've ever seen. That is frustrating. Holy. All right. Well, this is bad news. Sure, run it like that. So we just gotta hope our opponent does not have that star. We had a good hand. Our opponent just had literally an absurd hand. Literally, that's one of the best land destruction hands I've ever seen. All right, no anything, so we got a mulligan. All right, Treasure Hunt Reliquary Tower. That's what we're looking for. We'll see how it goes. Maybe this is fast enough on the play. Opponent going to 6 as well. If they have turn 1... If they have turn 1 ramp into turn 2 Blood Moon or Trinisphere, that's still pretty rough. Oh boy. Triple Plow Under. We were constantly like one turn away from doing something, but we just never got that turn. Alright, Fairy Conclave to the bottom. And we will see what our opponent has here. Island Goo. Opponent, Wooded Foothills. Into Ramp Spell. Forest. Oh boy. Well, these draws will probably be more common in the world of... Ugh, that was not great. Well, land go. We were hoping for more than that. Windswept Heath. Opponent. Breeding Pool. Untapped. Utopia Sprawl. Of course. This is a good example of how the mulligan rule makes everything significantly more broken. Awkward. Well, I think we have to... Treasure Hunt. Hopefully draw more cards this time. Yeah, that's a few more. Ghost Quarter. Ghost Quarter the Overgrowth land. Pass the turn. Opponent. Forest. 1, 2, 3. Eternal Witness. Okay, this isn't bad. It looks like we're actually going to get down... Gets back Utopia Sprawl. It looks like we're actually going to get down a zombie infestation and be able to make a decent amount of power. Yep, Utopia Sprawl, sure. Opponent, passing. So we just play a Swamp. Play Zombie Infestation. Pass the turn. And see if it's enough. Opponent, tons of mana. Untaps, 6 mana. Acidic Slime on Zombie Infestation. Alright, so we discard. We discard. We discard. We discard. We discard. And we discard. Make a bunch of zombies. Lose Zombie Infestation. Opponent. Passing. Alright. Well, we untap. We Treasure Hunt. What was our not? Where's our... Oh, into Treasure Hunt. Well, go to combat. Attack. Opponent. Blocks. This takes what? Double black? Takes nothing. Alright. Okay, so let's just play an island. Treasure Hunt. Wow, down to 8 cards. Alright. Yeah. Pass the turn. It would have been nice to hit Zombie Infestation that turn, but hopefully we're still okay here. Opponent's down to 6. We don't especially care about Plow Under, because we still have the mana to cast Zombie Infestation. And our opponent's not that far away from just being dead on board. That's our other issue. They have to block at least 2 zombies or deal with them somehow. So that's the other upside. An opponent cannot get through, and whew, after getting absolutely owned in game 1, that felt a lot better. That was much better. Do we want Deadlands? Is killing a dork worth it? Field of Ruins, they're not going to put their enchantments on a non-basic. Besiege you, I mean, I guess they could have sideboard counter spells. Maybe it's worth leaving it in. Desert is cute. I don't know if it's actually good, though. Yeah, let's leave Besiege you. Just in case. They are playing blue, so they could have, like, sideboard negates. We're on the draw, which is a bit scary, based on what we've seen from our opponent's deck. Well, okay, we keep. We have what we're looking for. Minus a Ghost Quarter would be good this matchup, but we have Treasure Hunt, Reliquary Tower. See if it is enough against our opponent's stacks pieces. Ooh, slow start for our opponent. Okay. Ooh, another Treasure Hunt. Well, Island, go. Opponent, Windswept Heath, and passes. Play Reliquary Tower, Treasure Hunt. Pass the turn. All right, opponent, it's on you. Cracks Windswept Heath. I guess Blood Moon could kind of get us because we don't have a basic swamp at the moment, which is awkward. Forest. Eternal Witness. Okay. Okay. I think we might be doing it. Opponent gets back the land. Passes. Well, Choked Estuary. Reveal an island. Play Zombie Infestation. Pass the turn. Windswept Heath for our opponent. Cracks it. Well, here comes the zombies. Is it enough? Acid Moss on Reliquary Tower. Sure. I mean, I guess the ramp is good for our opponent, but that's fine. Passing. Well, we will Zombie Infestation. Make some zombies. Zombie Infestation. Make some zombies. Zombie Infestation. Make some zombies. Zombie Infestation. Zombies. Zombie Infestation. And once more, Zombie Infestation. So, decent amount of zombies. Untap, Ghost Quarter. Go to combat, swing with our zombies. Opponent blocks, takes a bunch. We Treasure Hunt, hit a ton of cards. Play Reliquary Tower. Pass the turn. All right, and I'm feeling good about where we're at. We got absolutely plowed under in game 1, but things are looking good in games 2 and 3, and our opponent is done. It scoops it up, and Zombie Hunt, it's killing people. Maybe it's not just a meme deck anymore. Maybe Zombie Hunt is actually, like, gone from meme to semi-playable. Yes! Yes. Well, all right, sweet. Sweet. All right. Budget Magic time. We are zombie hunting with the London Mulligan rule, and no Treasure Hunt. No keep. No Treasure Hunt, no keep. No Treasure Hunt, no keep. No Treasure Hunt, no keep. We're running out of time. No Treasure Hunt, no keep. One more shot. Huh. Okay. Well, we live. We live just barely. So, Besiege you, Choked Estuary, Ghost Quarter, Island to the bottom. Well, there's hope. We have a Treasure Hunt. That's all that matters. Misty Rainforest. Opponent cracks it. Breeding Pool. Counter spells are not great news. And the Noblest of Hierarchs. Opponent passes. Well, Juar Island Refuge, go. Yeah, if this is Spirits, we're probably done. That deck has so much disruption. I don't think we can reasonably beat it with this hand. Or, I mean, it's a tough matchup in general. Looks like Spirits. Windswept Heath. Opponent cracks it. Sure. I mean, all we can do is fire up our stuff or off our stuff and pray to the magic gods. Breeding Pool. Maybe it's Infect. That's also sketchy. It's Spirits. Alright, there's Drog Skull Captain. Well, Tomb of Urami. Treasure Hunt. We can't wait. G'day. Let's see what we hit. Well, alright. I don't think this'll hit. Yeah, because we had to go on turn 2, we have to discard a decent amount of cards to hand size. Which means probably still going to be hard to win from here unless we just draw a Treasure Hunt. We did undo our Multitude, though. And then some. Planes. And combat gets in for 3. And collected company. Yeah. Alright. We're dead. Not beating that ever. Sideboard wise, I guess like Blighted Fens over Bajuka Bogs and like Deadlands. Alright, we'll try it. We'll try it. Alright, we are on the play. And, well, alright. We got the combo Treasure Hunt, Reliquary Tower. And we'll give it a go. Fairy Conclave, go. I mean, we'll see. There is a way we win here. If our opponent doesn't have the correct counters. Botanical Sanctum. Please no wander. Alright, Birds of Paradise. So we get to Treasure Hunt. And it is going to resolve. Ooh, and we draw a Zombie Infestation. Alright, Reliquary Tower. Treasure Hunt. Hopefully draw a lot of cards. Okay, not bad. And another Treasure Hunt. Well, pass the turn. I mean, this is the turn of truth. If we get to stick Zombie Infestation next turn, we do win. Or we should. Opponent untaps. Planes. Tap out. Tap out. Huh! Alright. Now we should win. Well, that worked. Opponent passes. We untap. We play a swamp. We play Zombie Infestation. We pass the turn. And now we should be able to just race. We get to make a million... We get to make a million dorks. Well, not a million, but 8 zombies. Misty. Opponent. Cracks Misty. Night of Autumn. Alright. That's actually pretty fine. So we make a bunch of zombies. Discard. This still should be enough, I think. Discard. Discard. I think we just discard everything except Treasure Hunt. So we can spin again next turn. Discard. We don't quite kill our opponent here. Discard. Discard. I mean, this is what Zombie Hunt does. Our opponent had a fine hand. Turn 2, Drog Skull. Turn 3, Night of Autumn. Although this is another reminder that dealing with Zombie Infestation on the battlefield is not a good plan against this deck. It doesn't work. I don't think we've ever seen anyone win by bringing in Enchantment Hate to kill Zombie Infestation once it's on board. The people that beat us thought seize it, counter it, etc., etc. But once it gets to this point, it's typically just too late. Opponent. Well, I mean, that's a big board on turn 3. Opponent passes. Tomb of Urami. Well, we will, go to combat. Attack with everything. See if our opponent chumps with the birds. I don't think they have a counterspell for 1 mana. Here comes the dorks. Blocks. Unblocks. Blocks. Blocks. So our dream scenario here is this Treasure Hunt hits a bunch of cards and then just ends with another Zombie Infestation. Treasure Hunt. Well, that's fine. Play the island, Treasure Hunt. Pass the turn. Opponent. Forest. So they need, I don't even know, a sweeper? Which I don't think they have. Oh, the sweeper that they do have. That's a Deputy of Detention. Alright. Well, that is brutal. Opponent. Getting in. Hitting us. Sure. Passes. We draw Ghost Quarter. So I think we play Zombie Infestation. Play Choked Estuary. Fire up Fairy Conclave. Hit our opponent to 3. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Alright, Moorland Hunt can make chump blockers. Yeah, this might actually end up being close. Tar Pit is good, though. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Interesting. Mirror Entity. Okay. That is spicy. Opponent passes. Well, discard, 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 discard. 3 zombies. Untap. Reliquary Tower. Well, fire up Fairy Conclave. Go to combat. Attack. Attack. Opponent blocks. If we attack with everything, they block here. Block, block. All right, let's just attack with Fairy Conclave. Try to get rid of the Drogskell Captain. All right, opponent blocks. Well, Creeping Tar Pit, pass the turn. Well, we'll see what they have. They need life gain or an answer to Tar Pit. Opponent. Oh, Drogskell Captain. All right, we got there. It wasn't necessarily pretty, but we did get there. This is a interesting deck. That is some interesting mixed tribal synergies. Opponent attacks. Sure. I mean, our opponent's just dead. Yep. Deputy. Fine. Well, Creepy Tar Pit gonna come through. We got in one big hit before this Deputy of Detention, and that was enough. Okay, opponent makes... Oh! Gives it all creature types. That is spicy. Well, alright. Let's finish him. Creeping Tar Pit. Unblockable Exaxes. And opponent scoops it up. Alright, well, we managed to sneak by Spirit somehow. Run it like that. I think that's as good as our setup's gonna get. Let's give it a go. Alright, this hand has no treasure hunt. No treasure hunt, no keep. That is the biggest rule of zombie hunting. Mulligan. Treasure hunt, no reliquary tower. Alright, mulligan. Okay, mulligan. To 3? To 2. Oh dear. Well, to 1. Ugh! And our greed was finally punished. Well, yeah. Okay. It's bound to happen sooner or later. The odds are not high, but if you do the greedy mulligan consistently, there is some percentage of the time where you will just mull to 0 and lose. It happens a lot before with the old mulligan rule. That was actually one of the big reasons you couldn't play this deck. Couldn't play it seriously. You definitely play it for fun, and it's awesome when it works, but it definitely was a big vote against the deck. How often you would just mulligan, 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 not hit your thing. Now it doesn't happen very much. This is actually the first time it's happened. I played a lot of games with this deck. So the odds are much, much smaller, but it still happens. And now we literally can't win. Alright. Yeah, we are going to... Yeah, we literally cannot win from here. Mausoleum Wanderer is insane. Even if we draw Treasure Hunt. Even if we draw 3 Treasure Hunts, they get countered. Yeah, there's literally no way for this to work. Well, I'm glad that happened once. I'm glad at least you did get to see the risk. So I'm glad that shone through that. And I'm glad it happened in a bad matchup where our opponent has a million just random counter spells on his deck. But I think that's fine. I think that's fine. But it's good. It's good that the risk is known, because if you pick up this deck, it is a thing that's going to happen infrequently with the London Mulligan rule, but it still is a thing that is going to happen on occasion. So, there's a Morrow to 0. Alright, sweet. So what do we learn this week about London Zombie Hunt? And I gotta say, the deck went pretty well. We finished with a 3-2, which, I mean, for a really shaky, really weird deck, that is a pretty fine record. So I was happy with our 3-2 finish. As far as the Mulligan rule, it's really interesting. I have to say, it is a huge deal for the deck. It felt like, I guess there was one game where we kind of screwed ourselves over and mulligan to 0, but that's something that happened a lot under the old or current mulligan rule, is that one of the biggest risks of playing this deck is you would mulligan and not find your treasure hunts and you would just lose. And the sweet thing about the deck now is you could be so greedy with your mulligans. We're not just like desperately hoping to find a treasure hunt. We're actually shipping treasure hunts hands back in search of treasure hunt plus reliquary tower, and the odds are actually in favor of us hitting that if we keep mulliganing. So the mulligan rule, it's a huge, I can't even overstate how big of a deal it is for the deck. And we saw that reflected in our games, where we would literally had games where we'd mull to 2 cards, 3 cards before we hit our hand, and this deck doesn't care. It really doesn't care. If we have treasure hunt and reliquary tower, a 2-card hand is perfectly fine with this deck, and it's really very close to just as good as a 7-card hand with those 2 cards, and better than a 7-card hand without those 2 cards. Like a 7-card hand with just treasure hunt, we would much rather have exactly Treasure Hunt, Reliquary Tower, and then I guess an island just to be sure we can cast it. But that 3-card hand is better than just Treasure Hunt and a bunch of random lands at 7. So mulligan rule, big deal. The deck was competitive. We were able to beat more people than we lost to. We even won a game with a backup plan against Control where they just killed our stuff, countered our stuff, surgically extracted our stuff, and we beat them down with Creeping Tar Pits and Hostile Deserts, and it actually worked. So that was awesome. There is a word of caution. Well, two things about this deck, really. First off, number one is the deck still has problems that the mulligan rule can't fix, and those problems are some matchups are really bad. Because of how the deck works and how dependent we are on Treasure Hunt, if we mulligan into our perfect hand and then our opponents just like turn 1 Thoughtseize, trade your Treasure Hunt, the odds of us recovering from that are very, very low. So that's a problem. The same is true of counter spells. If we mulligan to the perfect hand and our opponent just mana leaks our Treasure Hunt or whatever, it is also very bad. Boseiju helps a little bit with that problem, but still only 1 copy because it's a budget build. Could play more in a non-budget build. So that's something that's worth pointing out, is there still are matchups, regardless of the mulligan rule, where you just lose, but the deck, with the mulligan rule, way more consistent at doing its thing. Like, we put the opponent to the test, and if they have it, great, you got us. If they don't have it, we're going to make a ton of zombies on turn 3 and kill you on turn 4, and do that very consistently, and the deck did do that very consistently. So that's one thing. The other thing is, the price tag, it's $99 in the paper world. Technically, you don't need to be close to that price range. You could play this deck with like, I don't know, maybe 42 islands and 10 swamps or something, or like 37 islands and 15 swamps, and have it be essentially literally free, and the combo is going to work the same. You lose the backup plan, which we won with the backup plan, what, once out of 10 games, 15 games, and I guess like chipping in for creature land damage was relevant, so you lose a little bit there. You lose like the outs to Tron by having ghost quarters. You lose the random games where you sack your lands to Tumirami, which honestly I don't even know if that's important, but it's kind of funny and fun. But you can make this deck for literally under $5, and the combo works exactly the same. You just lose the utility lands, the backup plans, the creature lands. So that's something that's worth pointing out, is if you want to just play this deck for fun at your FNM, you don't even got to spend $99. You can literally spend $5 and play this deck at FNM, and you will beat some people with it. You will lose to Thoughtseizes and counter spells, and every once in a while you'll mulligan to 0 and look really sad, but you'll still combo off and make a ton of zombies on turn 3 and kill people that way. So anyway, it was fun. I'm glad we played this deck. It's just so goofy, so weird, so unique. So I'm really glad we got to play it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what your experiences are. If you've been testing the London Mulligan rule with other decks, what do you think of it? How's it working? Especially in Modern. Very curious what other people's experiences are. And for me, I haven't really made up my mind yet. It's awesome to see Zombie Hunt better. It's scary to think of like Grishelbrand doing the same thing and being better. So I don't know. Needs a lot more testing before I really actually have a solid opinion now that we're getting to play with it. But I am curious to hear your thoughts. So anyway, that's been our budget magic for this week. London Zombie Hunt. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.